maybe just a handful. I don't remember exactly, but I farmed that a ton of times to nearly max out everyone's stats. A lot of the hours also is just letting it, you know, sit, but I'd say probably around 500 hours worth would actually be playing it. And that's within 3 months. God, are you gonna be this rare? I love how I get them like second try. Do I have to ring the bell? I mean, that's kind of what did it. The next set time I got him. I don't know if that was just luck. That's initially just to open the gate, though, so I don't think so. I mean... And normally I don't talk a lot, so that's probably why it's not going to be as entertaining to some people. If I was more talkative and more of a person who liked to talk more, then that would be easier for me, be more enjoyable for people. But I personally don't all that talk much. Makes it easier when I have people to chat with, though. But on my own, I don't really talk much. I'm trying to come up with things to say. Check out my tug. Okay, I guess I'll just quit out immediately when I don't see him. Bomb.jpg. Bomb.jpg. Yeah, he's gonna be a pain, I guess. This means you have a chance of approximately 0.13% chance of him spawning and dropping an item, or the delicate string, a 0.34 chance. Jesus. I mean, I had a 1 in what, 60 something chance in PSO to get a freaking PGF, and that took like 1,000 farms. They weren't all like back to back, but a handful were. And I got 2 red rings. I think that's actually a much lower drop. I think the red ring was 1 in 128 or whatever it was. And I got that. I got 2 of those. Had 2. I gave 1 to. Still, nonetheless. My luck is finicky as fuck sometimes. And of course, I'm looking for it, so life is just gonna be like, hey, you want this? Go fuck yourself. Well, life, you can fuck me sometimes. I'm tired of fucking myself. I don't even know if he's coming out, because a lot of times he probably could just be sitting in here for all I know. But he kind of just appeared. Wow, I love how I get lucky with that second round on him appearing there. He spawns 16.60% of the time without delicate string for me. 500 out of 300 attempts and 23.81% of the time. 50 out of 200 attempts. Ugh. Ugh. Curse me not being good at fighting other players. You know, I'd rather do this than fight other players anyway. That's personally just no fun for me, even if I was good at it. It's just not. Quit and go online too. Increase my chances of invading and actually somewhat try to get kills too on top of it, but I don't know how well that's gonna happen. I am not good at that stuff. A lot of invasions I've gotten lucky with. Don't want him to be like snoozing in there. So that probably could happen. Stop shooting me in the ass. Quite rude, sir. That was a mimic chest. We offline for this? Spawn 14 times out of the user was randomly Bellkeepers coming in offline mode. Possibly influenced by the amount of Bellkeepers within the area. If all Bellkeepers are cleared out, he will spawn more regularly. Huh. Well, I can go back offline. But then it's just gonna kick me out. don't know. Influenced by the amount of bellkeepers. If the bellkeepers are cleared out, he will spawn more regular wearing item which boosts item discovery, especially symbol of avarice, seemingly helps spawning him. Does it or doesn't it? Because I guess these guys, they'll be spawned back in when I fucking go and leave, I think. Because the other ones are out. The other ones do. I don't know if they just count the normal NPCs that are here, though. Because these guys are normally regularly here. There's also normally other people that are here. But they're gone now because they're one-time kill. These guys spawn infinitely. Unless they... I'm sure they have a spawn rate like most enemies do, but... meaning eventually they'll die. But there were normal NPCs here that I killed. That are no longer here. I don't know if they count those, or if me despawning these guys entirely. I can do that. I think I've killed them a handful of times. I think I killed that first one until it's gone now, I think. And I can go do that. It's only, what, 14 times or something? Boosting me. Okay, so now I know where you actually are. Or it could have just been my luck the moment he appeared. If it actually helps with your spawn rate, I would enjoy that massively. I think those two are dead. Little bastards. And yes, this is what I need to do for platinum, so sorry if anyone. I hope this is enjoyable enough for you, Al, and anyone else who's actually a regular of my own. Randoms are probably going to be like, ugh. I really don't want to just keep going over there and killing those guys, though. Ugh. Then again, I just think Dark Souls is probably just not a thing that gets me anywhere. And I've noticed a spike in viewers later in the night, so other games will definitely be more fruitful. Dark Souls probably just gets, I just get undershadowed. Either that or it's too popular and a lot of people play it, but that's okay. I definitely will get more when I return to PSO or Pokemon and other things. Those usually, in Final Fantasy, those should hit me with higher numbers, that's fine. As long as I have fun, that's more the important thing. And so do the people that I have that are regulars of my own chat family. As long as you guys are enjoying it, I care more about that. Not everyone's gonna be a Twitch celebrity. It's only my anxiety that makes me worry about it. Of course, I got lucky the moment I put that on. Fine, I guess we'll clear you out, if that helps. Because those two are definitely dead and he spawned, so it felt a bit better. I don't know. Fire whip. Fire whip. It also probably would be better with some people who prefer music. I'm not a guy who really listens to a lot of it, so that's why I don't really put it on stream either. And I usually listen to a lot of game music or anime music. And while that does sound enjoyable, it's not something I like on my streams, unfortunately. In my intro and outro stuff, yeah. And I have played music in the past, but I'm just not really one for it. Which a lot of people seem to do when they do repetitive things. Or if they're just playing a game and there's no reason to have sound because it's not as evident in the game. Dark Souls is one of them, Borderlands or other things where sound is not really a massive evident thing. It's just ambient noise. Not my thing. Then my video gets striked. Or not striked, but muted. I have several videos that are partially muted. I have several Twitch videos that can't be played in countries or the US because of game music alone. I know Twitch has a big issue with it for some reason now, with music. And still I have videos to this day that are getting randomly striked for copyrights. Despite the fact that I'm not making money off of it. Stroke my copyright. Stroke my copyrights. God, your spawn rate. What is that, like 2 out of like 1,000,000 already? It's probably been around like maybe 15 to close to 15 attempts now. I don't even know, I didn't even keep count. But I know it's 2 kills out of the many that I need. Probably been double digits at this point. can just get a handful of these on camera, I can do the rest myself. And like I said, I want to move on to Bloodborne with this game done. Whether it's 100% and platinumed or not. Platinumed, yes, but 100% no. It's definitely not going to happen. Unless I can get things by killing things. In which I am doing anyway. Don't frame rate run at me. Go ahead and feel free to put on music or, do other things while you're watching me in the background, as long as you're counted as a viewer. I appreciate the viewage. You don't even really need to pay attention to me. This is not going to be the most entertaining. Even for me. And I enjoyed this. But even I have my patience. And I am not as patient as some people. I'm far from one of the most patient people on Earth. But my patience has come a long way since I played these games, to be fair. And that's why I'm trying to help out fellow streamer who plays these games or plays Sekiro with me. Is you're never gonna beat things if you don't have the patience for it. If you lose that and you get pissed off, you're just gonna get angry and you're gonna die hundreds of times. Trust me, that's how I died nearly 300 times. I was getting frustrated. Very patient. But even I have my limits where I blow up. Yeah. Like, that's where I died 300 times. Like, I wasn't, like, pissed off, but I was getting frustrated with certain things. Like, the chariot boss kept killing me. Or, like... That wasn't even that bad. The chariot boss has this... The chariot boss has a bunch of skeletons that'll respawn if you don't kill the stupid necromancer. And the problem is getting the run back to that fight was painful enough to where I was getting frustrated and just annoyed. And I kept dying to the skeletons or the chariot hitting me because I wasn't in the right spots. And I didn't have enough stamina to outlast them in time for the chariot to come knock them down. Or the Earthen Peak area where it's a bunch of these mannequins that were fucking my face up because they're very fast. And I was getting frustrated. And it was just, it killed my cool. I wasn't getting pissed off, but I was getting very angry. And enough to where my cool was lost a long time ago. And like, I lost it. But, like, that wears thin on me. Just, like, I like repetition, but not annoying repetition. Like, I enjoy farming in games, but then there's times where there's times in RPGs where it's like, oh, you took one step, here's a battle. Oh, you took one step, here's a battle. Oh, you took one step, here's a battle. It's like, alright, just let me get where I want to go, you assholes. Or in Pokemon where it's like, oh, you want to run into this specific Pokemon? I am wearing a Mimic chest on my head, yes. It gives me item drop and more soul consumption. It gives you more chances of items dropping and more souls when you kill enemies. But at the price of your health dropping repeatedly. Or in like Pokemon where it's like, you want to run into this rare Pokemon? Well, do it 100 times. Oh, you killed it? Wait another 100 times. That starts to wear thin on me. Like, I don't mind farming and grinding, but I don't do it in the wild, and I don't like constantly having to sit there and fight a bunch of Pokemon just so I can get what I want. Especially if it just is something I'm looking for. That starts to wear thin on my patience. That's why I like action RPGs better than turn-based. Like, I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong, but it's just... Ugh. Yes! Running into them the first time in the original Gold and Silver was a pain in the ass. Crystal's a little better because with Suicune not being one of the main 3 you gotta search around for and him running away. He's a set legendary that you can just catch, but because he stays in one spot. But the other 2 still remain the same. But yeah, having to run into them into the wild first before they appear, before you could start regularly chasing them down, is a brutal mistress. Not only that, then you just got to be patient enough and hopefully they land where you're about to go into, because every time you enter and exit an area, they move, and it's so fucking annoying. That's why I hate roaming legends. I hate them so much. Suicune and Raikou are one of the worst because they're just so fucking fast. Without Mean Look, you are not getting them. I mean, you can, but it's brutal as hell. Yeah, Mean Look, then Roar. Well, that's why I use Ghastly and evolve him into Haunter. Because Haunter or Gengar is far, far faster than they are. At an early level, you can have a Ghastly or you can have a Haunter at 25 with Mean Look, and he'd be faster than them. That's if he survives them, though. The problem after that is him surviving. Then you just gotta whittle them down. After that is just the patience of whittling down their health. And then getting lucky. I mean, I've done it multiple times, and I will be doing it in my Crystal playthrough. Wish there was an item that makes Roar ineffective. Yeah, I know, it would be great. Or Whirlwind, or anything that makes you escape a fight, or them escape a fight. I hate Roar, I hate Whirlwind. Especially on rare Pokemon like Growlithe, who are, like, really hard to find. Or the legendaries, especially. But, you know, rare Pokemon like Growlithe in the original has it, and stuff like that, and it's just really annoying. It's like, oh, you found me! Roar. Oh, well, alright then. Or, oh, you found me! I'm gonna weaken you. One shot. Critical. I mean, I plan on doing a run of every Pokemon, one of each generation, completing the Pokedex. I've already did it with Red version, I believe it was, by having played Blue version on my own time to get the Pokemon that are exclusive to that game. So I'm on Crystal, and I stopped midway through it because that's a lot of Pokemon. But, like, I plan on doing that with every generation. I even went out of my way to buy a bunch of the event carts. So I got some of the event carts from the DS and GBA days. So I can try to get all the legendaries that aren't actually required for the Pokedex, but I still want them. Plus, they can all transfer over to the next gen games. So I wouldn't mind having other legendaries that I wouldn't mind getting again, just having them a duplicate or whatever. Like, I have a Deoxys GBA cart for Ruby and Sapphire, or Fire Red, Leaf Green, or whichever one it is. I believe it's Ruby and Sapphire. I have the shiny Legendary Beasts event DS cart. I have, I believe, Celebi's as well, which is included. Celebi and the 3 Beasts were included. Well, he is from Ruby and Sapphire, but I didn't know if my game was, the cart for his event was Ruby and Sapphire or Fire Red, Leaf Green. I know Deoxys is from Gen 3. I just didn't know which event cart that was for. I have the Shiny Trio and Celebi event cart. I believe I have Meloetta, or was it the horse pony thing? I don't remember which. I know I have a few of the actual DS carts. I believe I need Darkrai, and I believe I need Arceus's. I could be wrong on which ones I need, but I have a handful of them. And yeah, they're expensive, but you know, I'm willing to put down $100 to get some of these because these are. There's no way, if I miss these events, there's no way of getting them again. Like, I have every Pokemon legitimately, even the legendaries. The ones that are events legends, I have them all. Darkrai, Deoxys, Meloetta, all the beasts, shiny. I have all of them. Yes, I have a legitimate Mew as well. I actually got him on Fire Red and Leaf Green. They had an event for Fire Red and Leaf Green for a Mew on my birthday. He is on my Oris right now. He's on my Omega Ruby right now. I got him at Toys R Us many years ago. Back when Leaf Green and Fire Red were a thing. And then he transferred over to Heart Gold. And I've had him ever since. And yes, he is legitimately my birthday gift to me from Toys R Us. And he's got a very big place in my heart for that reason. Like, I love Mew on his own, but he's got a much bigger place in my heart because he was literally an event that was held on my birthday. And when I nearly lost my Heart Gold at school along with my DS, I was very devastated. Toys R Us? I was very devastated when I nearly lost my DS with Heart Gold in there with him in it. I was lucky that I dated the girl that I did because her friend found it at school and was able to give it back to me. And I was like, thank God that another reason why I was grateful for dating that girl, but like, besides actually being in love with her, but like, if I had never met the girl that I dated back in college, I would have lost my DS along with my Mew and every other event legendary and any other legendary that I had, and a completed Pokedex of Heart Gold, which was the first completed Pokedex of a main series title besides Red and Blue. So I've completed Red and Blue, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then Black and White, now X and Y, and then Oris. And that was the order in which I completed them all. I haven't completed Sun and Moon, but I've come close. Just because I haven't put them all on Sun and Moon. Because I really kind of don't really want to put all my Pokemon on Sun and Moon. I mean, I can. At least they can all go on Sun and Moon. But Sword and Shield, all your Pokemon cannot go on there because the Pokedex is not full. So I kind of just said, fuck it, I'll just keep them on Oris. But yeah, I've completed pretty much almost all the Pokemon games. Except for Gen 2, Gen 3, and Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. Those are really the only ones. And, well, of course, the remakes of Fire Red and Leaf Green and stuff like that, but one of my Pokemon is the pure raised. Damn, that sucks. That really sucks. I have several level pure 100s that I've raised personally myself, including starters, legendaries, shinies. Hell of a lot of shinies that I farmed in Platinum from chaining. 5 now? Is that 5 kills? Because I also have a bunch of legitimate legendaries that I RNG'd. Manipulated. So I have shiny Mewtwo, shiny Rayquaza, Kyogre, Groudon. The 3 birds. I would have lost all that. Including a bunch of just shiny randoms like Ponyta and fucking a bunch of other weirdos that I just farmed in Platinum, which I actually plan on doing a bunch of shiny farming runs whenever I play through these games. Like Platinum, I will show off how to chain. So I want to do it again, and I think a lot of people who enjoy shiny farming would enjoy watching some of that. I don't know. There are people who do shiny runs on Twitch or YouTube, and I just think that would be enjoyable. In case someone gives me a request. I know people enjoyed watching me shiny farm on Let's Go when I did it. Like when I was going for a shiny, was it shiny Caterpie? And I ended up getting a shiny Weedle instead. Thing was it swap meet near here and I broken my old knee and lost it near my dad's place with an 8-hour drive north of me. Ah, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. I got lucky because I lost it in the Gamers Union room where everyone goes and takes a break and play a bunch of games and like Magic the Gathering and a bunch of stuff like that. So there's a lot of random people in there from, you know, people who love anime and video games and people who don't even care about either of them and just hang out there. So I could have lost it to any one of them. But the one person that found it happened to be my ex-girlfriend's best friend, or one of my ex-girlfriend's friends. And I got lucky due to that fact. Extremely lucky. And that DS also has a lot of place in my heart, just because it's my original, not my original DS, it's my second DS. My original DS is actually my friend's now. But it's been in my hands for so many years that that thing no longer holds open. And it just has a lot of place in my heart from so many years of playing on that thing. And to ping, you have to be in 30-ish feet. Oh my god. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Is it 6 kills now, I think? Ugh. At least he's spawning a bit more. So I take it you never got it back then. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Yeah. That'd be kind of hard to get it back considering it's a far drive and you didn't know exactly where it would have been. And it probably was picked up a long time before you even left, or even after you realized it was gone. It was probably already picked up. That's what I hate about losing things, is you usually realize way too late and then don't remember where you last had it. Like, I lost my Dragon Ball bracelet. I had a blue one that said over 9,000. I wore gloves at work, and apparently they like to get caught on my gloves, and one day I just kept taking my gloves on and off due to skin irritations, and didn't realize, I was very tired, and didn't realize it came off until I was at home the next day, and the next morning when I noticed it. I was like, fuck, it's gone now. It's probably on the truck. I was actually on the truck doing that heavy truck stuff that day, and long gone. It's definitely on the truck and long picked up, or long just not forgotten, so UPS has it somewhere now. Lost it in my bag, but it wasn't at a store, and lost it there, and whoever picked it up didn't turn it in. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Like, I lost the bracelet once before, but found it literally within the same day that it dropped. But this time around, by the time I noticed it was gone, it was too late. I was like, damn it, that bracelet was from a Loot Crate box. Like, I like to keep all those items, even if it's just miscellaneous things like a pencil. Now I don't even have that. And of course it happens to be my favorite character, Vegeta's based bracelet, not the one that I'm wearing that has Goku on it that says freaking Kamehameha, or did, because it got washed off. That's why I prefer the stupid bracelet sayings to be engraved into it, not just written on it. And I guarantee you I lost it on the truck. Because I took my glove off several times during that day. It's long gone now. I could probably buy a similar one online, but it's not gonna be the same. Berserker Blade and set a rare again. Jesus. So I think that's 8. And to be fair, getting invaded too can take just as long. Not only the fact that I gotta sit there and wait to be invaded. I mean, it wouldn't be that long considering it's a Covenant thing, but it happens kind of automatically. As long as there's someone in this area that's part of the opposite, that's not part of this Covenant, you will invade them of. But that takes time. I gotta also kill them, so that's a lot more waiting. Or the same amount of waiting. This is at least productive to an extent. And I was just getting him back to back there. There he is. Yeah, at least I'm getting him a bit more consistently now. For 10 Trespasser kills, I get a Titanite slab, which allows me to upgrade my weapon or armor to the maximum, which is what I have with my Red Iron Twin Blade at 10. At 30 kills, I get Hidden Weapon, which is which is one of the magics that I need for a platinum. For 100 Trespasser kills, I get the entire Bellkeeper's armor. Arma, which I believe I can get just by killing the guy. I believe. Yeah. All Covenants in Dark Souls give you stuff for ranking up in their Covenants. Items and weapons or, you know, Dragon Stone. Because there's all 3 games have a dragon set. Dragon torso head and a dragon torso stone and a dragon head stone that allows you to turn into a dragon. There's Dark Souls 1 has a shortcut that you can unlock after giving humanity to an NPC enough times, and it actually allows you to save Solaire, the guy that does the Sunlight Covenant stuff. If you want to do his full quest line, you actually need to get that Covenant rank to unlock a shortcut to save him. If you want to complete his quest line, there's just basically that's it. You get spells, items, weapons, stuff like that. The one that I completed already, it's called the Champions Covenant, which basically makes the game harder. After I collected 50 Awe Stones, it gave me a ring that literally allows me to do more damage with my bare fists. Yeah, Covenant Ring for the Champions. Ring of the Company of Champions Covenant greatly increases attack power of your bare hands. And that was through what I'm doing now, except a different Covenant. I fought an invader, or NPC invader while I was offline a handful of times to where I got 50 of these awe stones, which is an item that allows me to rank up in this covenant, and I needed 50 of them. And I did it. I will fist all my enemies. And yeah, you can two-hand your fist. I am two-handing my fist. It's so weird to me. Like, I'm one-handing, now I'm two-handing my fist. You'll be surprised at how much damage two-handing your fists can do, though, actually. Oh, that's right, yeah. The old hag will sell their armor, so I probably could still just get the armors of some of these NPCs by buying them from her. So if I want some of the sets, I can easily just buy it from them. I think I will... It's just multiple ways. There's multiple ways of getting certain things. Can you appear? Can you freaking appear? That's why I'm trying to get some of these longer ones out of the way. The farming ones, because I need their spells from them. And I'd rather do it now, before I actually fully progress to New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus and whatnot that I need for things. There's 2 rings I may never ever get, which involves me beating the game without a death and me beating the game without any single bonfires. I can do the ones without the bonfire, fine. That just requires me running all over the place. But beating this game without a death, I don't know if I can do. I mean, I probably could have if this was New Game. But the fact that it's New Game Plus and higher, and a lot of stuff that I already fought, I've respawned a bunch of times. So I may get fucked if I try to do it. Yeah, look at that damage. Plop. Kaplop. Like, I can do it, I just can't get careless, because most things can one-shot me at this point, and I know there's probably a handful of things that I probably will easily get killed by.
Tear to shreds, tear to bits. We've been ringing.
Is that not 10? I fisted him good, yeah. That does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. Oh my god, I forget how much damage that does. I've seen it. I've seen playthroughs of a barehanded only run, and I think that's how they did it, but... Oh, man. I could be wrong. He could have not have done the Vanquisher seal. Could have just used his bare fists normally. But my god. Is that not 10 deaths? Is that 9 then? So he should have given me the slab at that point, unless I have to do it. Because talking to these NPCs after I get enough things, they should rank me up. Unless it's a different unless it's the other freaking bell guy. I don't know. It shouldn't matter, because there's 2 bell peoples. Okay, I'm so used to actually switching my items. Bleh. I'm so used to having my Estus as my main item. I don't know if this will help. I'm just gonna use it. Don't even know if it's active or not, because I didn't see the fucking effect! I don't even know if it doesn't affect anymore, because of all the effects I have of item boosting, but, like, god damn it. I can't even tell half the time if that coin's ever worn off. Why, FromSoft? Why? I get it, you're an RPG. You're gonna have a lot of farming. And games that do usually have them with the lowest rates possible, whether to get certain rare shit, to get everything is low drop chances or low appearance rates. Pokemon, Dark Souls, Kingdom Hearts. But god damn it, Dark Souls is probably one of the worst. Even MMOs are by far worse than this, but, like, I've never really truly farmed too much besides PSO, but still, like, games with, making people spend thousands of hours just to sit there and get something that they probably are gonna be, like, so done with after that. Load screen the games, and warping the game, and Belfry sold the game, and everything the game. Thank you, you bitch.
We've been.
Aha, yes.
That's it. Slice them and
10 kills. Okay, so I was off. Alright, well, now we need 20. 20 more. And then after that, I need a full 100 if I want the set without killing the guy. Not only that, if you go and join another Covenant while you're in one and currently ranking it up, you will... Mad Havel! Don't kill me in chat. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Fitting name. If you join another Covenant while you're ranking up another one, your bonuses or whatever you're ranking up will drop. It'll it's just an incentive not to leave that Covenant. Then you'll have to re-get your effort back up. It doesn't go down fully to 0 or resets, but it does go down. Mad Havel, I like that. That's great. Why you mad, Havel? You tired of getting parried in Dark Souls 1? I'm sorry. I don't mean to taunt. Just having a joke. Having a juke. A juke. How you doing, man? You bitch. Oh! Well, why thank you! On here. So much armor. I like it. Mad Warrior armor. Powers from beyond his borders and attempt to stave off the grip perhaps belong to one of his guests. I'm actually more calm, but I do get mad. I get real mad. Same, you're not wrong. I get frustrated. People have seen it, but I don't really... It's only just frustration, not really truly pissed off or mad or anything. Because when I do get fully furious at something, I will break something. I've broken a controller before. My patience won't get me that far again, because I know better. But I have. And trust me, I usually get mad to the point where I swear a bit. Or, you know, you can tell when I'm a little frustrated. But I don't get pissed off as I used to. It's more just like getting just tired of just repeating area over and over again. And I'm just lost my cool and I'm dying a bunch of times because my nerve is just gone and my patience is gone and I'm rushing. But I used to get extremely pissed off. I have broken a controller over Dead Rising 1. I've thrown a controller because of Dark Souls, or Demon Souls, but I've never broken it. Yeah. I've never broken a controller due to Dark Souls, but Dead Rising 1 I have. I've thrown off my headset once during a Dragon Ball Xenoverse stream, but it was because, like, I rushed the beginning and lost to the very first boss fight, and I was trying to catch up with friends who already beaten the fight. And it was stupid because the fight's easy, I just didn't level up enough and I just was getting wrecked. And it was my first time playing Xenoverse 2 in, like, years. So I, like, did not know how any of the mechanics worked. But that's the extent of that. I don't, like, get all that mad as I used to. Like, even when I first played Dark Souls and gave up for a year because of the skeletons in the first game, I wasn't really all that pissed off. I was just like, alright, I'm tired of repeating this. I don't know where I'm going, even though I could have just turned to the right in the very beginning by the well where the humanity is, and I would have saw the staircase. I came back to the game a year later and found that the right way to go to the Berg, but, like, I kept going to the skeletons, which is funny because the way down to the skeletons leads you kind of near that area. I just didn't notice it at first. If I would have just done a bit more exploring instead of just thinking, oh, this is the only way to go. The insane things I did. Ah. Well, I love Havel's ring and Dragon Tooth, so I love your gear, Havel. May you forever smoosh me with your Dragon Tooth. Smish. And if I was better at PvP, I would be farming that instead of this. But that's no fun. That's another way of getting me just frustrated because I'd just be waiting and waiting and waiting and dying and just getting lag stabbed. And just, it's no fun. I also just don't really like PvP. Player versus player is not something I'm into. But I also know I'm not good at it. That would come with practice, but I just don't have the patience for that. Soleros. Soleros, regular Soleros, well, I gotta practice parrying Pursuer. I've done it once, but I don't regularly. This stream is like my first time practicing parrying in Dark Souls 2 consistently, and I've gotten a lot better at it in this, but I still need some work with it. But I don't regularly parry all that much in Dark Souls 2 and 3. Yes, he is very easy to parry. I have not practiced him enough to where I can get it, like, consistently. But that's okay. I really don't parry a lot of bosses. I mean, I had Gwyn's timing down. I've parried him to death multiple times. I've not very good at parrying in Dark Souls 3. Parrying in Dark Souls 3 is that's where I got better at it, though. Easily parry this guy, but beating the game with only things you can. That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Are you a challenge runner then, or are you just having fun with that? I usually make the same build. I'm usually a strength build. Or quality build with a strength weapon. This time around I made a pure on strength build only because I like the Red Iron Twin Blade. I originally started with the mace. Do it for the challenge. Well, that's fun. I usually just play the same. I'm always a strength or a quality build with a strength-based weapon like great swords. I normally never switch. I do swap weapons here and there, like I'll use things like this Zweihander or mace or regular long swords or things like that, but I rarely ever... I usually end up with a heavy weapon in the end Dark Souls 1 and 3, Greatsword. Bloodborne is the Ludwig. This game usually ends and results as my Red Iron Twin Blade. That's usually the extent of it. I normally don't swap. I normally always make the same things. I know it sounds boring, but I'm not really much of one for challenges. I'm decent at these games, but I'm not good enough. Well, I haven't practiced it. I'm not good enough to beat the game with any weapon I desire. And I don't, that's where my patience lies. I don't have the patience to sit there and beat the game with a shitty weapon or a weapon that I'm not good with. And for the first time, and yeah, it's OP. All magic is OP. Pyromancy in the first game is OP as fuck. Hex in this game is OP. Even with the nerf, it's still OP. Nah, I suck at PvP. Fuck, I'm bad at PvP. I have gotten some kills, but I'm not consistently to the point where I'm gonna go farm invaders or whatever. That's why I'm farming this guy for the spell that I want for the platinuming of Dark Souls 2 Scholar. Because I'm a trophy hunter to an extent. There's some I usually go through the mindset of getting it, and then depends on how easy it is or boring it is, I won't go for it. But I usually try to complete as many platinums, and I love Dark Souls, and I usually want to complete all of them. I need to still work on 3, but I have Dark Souls 1's remastered completed. I need to get one more ending in Bloodborne to complete that platinum, which is something I still haven't gotten to this day. And then I need to work on Demon Souls as platinum. And then once I get a PS5, I'll work on Demon Souls Remakes platinum. I've gotten some decent kills PvP-wise. I've actually parried somebody and got caught off guard by it and actually didn't finish him off because I was like, oh shit, I parried him. And then I didn't hit him. Or if I did hit him, I didn't kill him. I don't remember. I just remember parrying the guy and then I got caught off guard by it because it actually worked. I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you parried, then you roll away. Or something happened. I also got a plunge attack on an invader once. I'm not very good with PvP. Bloodborne file that had the final boss left. Oh, that sucks. My main character's file actually had didn't get corrupted, but a lot of progress was lost on several of my characters. Even when I was co-oping it with a friend, we lost a lot of progress, and I never got that progress back by playing it again. So I feel you on that. The last ending I need is just let the final boss kill you. That's it. I've done every boss fight in Bloodborne, including the Chalices. I've done all the other endings, including fighting Moon Presence and not fighting Moon Presence. I just need that other end, that one ending that just lets the boss kill you and don't even fight the boss. I don't really know if I want to go for that in my Bloodborne playthrough, which is technically going to be after Dark Souls 2 once I'm done with it. Or if I do, and I do a couple playthroughs of Bloodborne, and then I fight the final boss, and then not fight the final boss. But I do want that platinum. I wouldn't even mind, again, re-getting all the Bloodborne platinums, or trophies again. I wouldn't even mind doing that. Just because, as a content creator, I like to have like catalogs of my streams and things that I get to do, which is why I like to show off portions of farming, portions of all the platinums I get. I just like to have that. I feel, as a creator, I feel completed when I have that shown off. It's weird. I'm weird. Which is why I'm very anal about things whenever I lose certain footage. Or delete my own episodes. Looking at you, part 1 of Resident Evil. Chest now and legs. I just need the headpiece and his arm pieces. Yep. And weapon. Well, Mr. Havel, if you enjoy the content enough and feel free to stick around, feel free to join the Discord. I'm gonna link it here. Click the first link in the description and join the Discord. Welcome to a bunch of people who love anime and video games like Pokemon and Phantasy Star Online, and a handful of us also like Dark Souls or Sekiro or Bloodborne. So, feel free to join the community of like-minded individuals who love things. I like things. The first link. The second link is this a secondary account, because me and my friend made separate Discords. Or games like 7 Days to Die. I mean, is that random or is that I don't know what that's referencing. 7 Days to Die was fun, but God, we just weren't good at it. Me and my friend spawned on the other side of the map, and then by the time we got to each other, we just gave up. Just kind of like, all right, I want to do Left 4 Dead, and then we did Left 4 Dead and Phasmophobia, and kind of just like 7 Days to Die is fun. It's just management. Something I'm not really big on in that kind of a style gameplay. I don't mind crafting stuff and whatnot, but yeah. The Discord was just me and my friend made a separate Discord when we first started streaming and talking and being able to, have him on stream or whatever. Originally it was Skype, but it was shitty. And then we got a Discord. We made one together, and then we made one. Then we made another one, or whatever. One of them's mine, one of them's his, and then we kind of just started growing on the other one, and we just kind of scrapped it. So I still have it in the link, but it kind of got scrapped. That's why it's not used. 7 Days to Die is fun though. Supply, welcome to the work life, where your hours swap randomly. I take it he's done with his training then. It still sucks that life kind of wants to fuck him on getting an actual full-time job or whatever, because I think he's got, mild autism or whatever. He can't really get a job due to the spectrum. But he's work schedule change, works today and tomorrow. Wait. You should have waited. Smoking crack. Smoking that crack. Red Invader, fuck. You know, I kind of wasn't gonna keep an count. I'm probably around like 15 or 14 or something. I kind of wish I could see what I'm at, but I'm probably almost at 20. Probably a good 5 or 6 more and I'll be at 20. Turn a house from wood blocks to steel blocks. Oh, nice. Is that what you're playing right now? Or are you just talking about it? I would like to do more on 7 Days to Die, but it's the kind of gameplay I'm just not really big on. That was my first time playing it, so I'm not really giving it much of a chance, and I definitely will. And it was fun, but that kind of stuff is just not my cup of tea. That Minecraft-esque gameplay, and I say that because that's just similar to it enough to where I'm just going to compare it. But I did enjoy running around just trying to find Zero and dying to bears, but the whole thing of just farming things to make things just isn't really my cup of tea. If crafting's in a game, I kind of will. Unless it's more mandatory to get some things, I kind of just avoid it. Kind of like Monster Hunter. Like, I don't mind the crafting system in Monster Hunter, because that's kind of different. Because without doing that, you're not going to get any heals or any items that are going to help you when you're hunts and stuff. But even then, I'm not great with Monster Hunter already. And I kind of just have a weird play style that's like, I'm comfortable with what I'm at. If I don't have this or that, or if I don't have gear that raises everything, fuck it. And that's not good because you're not always going to have that. But that's my playstyle. And I know Dark Souls is completely like changes that out the window because you're going to get gear that, unless you wear heavy gear, you're not going to get that. It's the same as Monster Hunter. You're going to get gear that's geared towards certain fights, certain elements. Which is why in Dark Souls it's a bit easier for me though, because I don't got to worry about going out farming a bunch of monsters to get the shit though. I can either find it off items or farm an enemy a bunch of times to hopefully get their drop. I don't gotta sit there and farm a monster's parts and then go make it. And then see that it's not to my satisfactory standards. I don't know. I love Monster Hunter World, but I put like already, what, 200 hours into it? That's not even a lot, but like I put a good amount enough hours into it, and it's just like, I feel like I'm just hit a wall. And it's just to the point where it's like, I just don't even know what to do anymore. Like, yeah, the DLC is undone for me, but it's just like, ugh. I kind of just want to fight the strongest monsters, the tempered and arch-tempered, and just beat them, and that's all I really kind of wanted to do, and I just don't really want to fight. It's gotten to the point where I'm just like kind of bored of just farming monsters. And Monster Hunter was like addicting, and I was getting big into it with Zero and me playing it again, and I would love to play more with him. But it's hard for me. Like as a weird gamer like that, it's hard for me. I definitely want to do more Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate though. I need to stream that. But I want to put more time into that on my solo. But I really... Monster Hunter was definitely my favorite, one of my favorite modern games, though. It is definitely one of my favorite combat styles. But seeing as I've been away for it for so long, I think it kind of slowed down for me. But it's still one of my favorite games, modern games ever. It's definitely, I believe it's up there in my top 5, if not top 10. Dark Souls, PSO, PSO, Dark Souls, Pokemon, Monster Hunter, stuff like that. I forgot. I did name off a list. I forgot which stream it was, but I did name off a list, and I don't know if Monster Hunter made it to the top 5 or not. I do love Monster Hunter World.
Ow. You jerk. Because a jerk.
How dare you tickle me with your sword? Drop it. Drop it! Drop that sword.
Wouldn't mind the rest of your set there, buddy.
Because that would take 2 things with 1 stone. That would kill 2 stones with 1 bird. The covenants I was farming items for earlier were 2 in one area. Awe stones and the rat tails were in one area, so I was nearly killing 2 things in one go, and I just need 5 more rat tails to fully get the things from it, the ring or whatever. I think this is the reason I never got the platinum in the original. I believe it's the same platinum. Changed or not. I think this is the reason why I never did it. Damn. Nice. Yeah, Anjanath is definitely rough when you first start. That thing was so painful when you first start. And I was like already like kind of a brand new Monster Hunter player at that point. But Monster Hunter World is definitely my biggest introduction to it. I played some of the older games, but never enough to really, you know, deal with anything major. Like I've never fought a Rathalos before or anything like that, or a massive dragon or anything like that until Monster Hunter World. So it is definitely my first full experience. But I've definitely delved back into some of the older games, but like they're so different and much harder that it's hard for me to really get good at it because my timing's not great. But I do want to play Monster Hunter Ultimate Generations. I've definitely made it pretty decent into that. Not far, but I've made it pretty decent into that. I killed probably like good 3 or 4 bosses already, and I was using the switch axe. I need to get more items to make an upgraded version of that. I already fought a freaking wyvern that kicked my ass. I forgot the name of it though. It just appeared randomly in the forest and kicked my fucking ass. Damn wyverns. There's another T-Rex. I just really loved playing Monster Hunter World in the beginning, though. Like, it's just, that was when I was really addicted to it. Just going through the whole game. That was like the best part. After you beat everything or nearly do as much as you can until the DLC, it was just kind of slowed a bit. Especially when you're fighting a lot of the same shit over and over again that are just considered stronger. As much as they have improved upon the game, even the DLC, adding newer monsters that are reskins. A handful of them are reskins, or at least some of the ones that I fought were... The one I was fighting with my power when I was a reskin, but like, I just feel like they could have done more. Instead of just focus on some of the areas and the new mechanics of enemies following you through... Ooh! You know, mechanics of enemies being able to follow you through any area instead of having load times. Like, it's nice, but I just wish they would have focused more on enemies, or more on monster fights. That's why, like, even though my friend was not a big fan of the fact that it's just a port of the original Monster Hunter Ultimate Generations, like, I don't get why he has such problems with that. Like, I love when they port older games to later generation consoles, because it's like, okay, it's my first experience with Monster Hunter Ultimate Generations, and I love it for the fact that it's just combining all the older games together. But he didn't seem to like it because it's, to him, lazy. Like, that's all it is, though. You know what you're looking in for. You know that it's a port. That's not necessarily lazy. Same thing with when he said that about the original Legend of Mana. Like, he went out and thought it was the remake, and it was the original. But it tells you. If you go to the store and look for it, it'll tell you. And the pictures will tell you. You knew that it wasn't the original or the remake when you bought it or downloaded it or whatever. Like, it shows you. It literally will say it in the title. That's your fault. That's not laziness on the developer's part for putting out both the original and the remake. Plus, why do you want to play the remake? The originals are always going to be better. Like when people are bitching about the Mario 3 bundle, the Mario bundle, for your 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, it's like, to you guys it may be lazy, but to me it was amazing. I bought that game for Sunshine alone, and it was worth all of it. And people are just always complaining about something. Like, I don't care if it's to them it's literally just a port and lazy. To me, it's not at all. It's Mario, and they have every right to do whatever the hell they want. To me, it's just no one's ever happy with anything. Like, I'd be happy if they just put on the Pokemon games on the Switch. Like, no one ever complained about them putting the ports of the Game Boy games on the freaking DS, but everyone's complaining about certain ports being put on the Switch. It's like, you guys make no sense. It's easier to just straight up put an emulated version versus the actual copy. Most things, you guys are using emulators for most games anyway, so what's the problem? And that's what these NES classics are and stuff. They're just emulation. Just dang, buy your physical. Just buy your release and support the freaking developers. They have, it's just easier. What would putting out the actual game instead of a emulated copy do anyway? It's be the same thing. I don't care if there's like better rates or frames or whatever. It all looks the same to me in the end anyway. Come on, man. why I should keep count, but I usually have trouble with that. So I usually just forget, or I just don't. So with how long some of these can go without finding them, I just usually just stop, or I forget. Hurts. That normally does not happen. He's getting tired. They don't have your gauntlets, I don't think. I don't. I just need your head, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Berserker Blade. I just need your headpiece, friend, and I have everything of yours.
Intent we've been. Intent we've been.
Lick, 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 lick. I just want him to get stuck to this. I'm so happy. Damn it. Fucking invader guy. Not even an invader, he's a phantom. He's just a normal black phantom. That gives me some better rolling. Woo! 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 Parrying still always feels good, even if it's janky and Dark Souls 2. It's really not. It's just the timing is a lot tighter in this game. Dark Souls 1s are a little, the window is a lot smaller, but it still feels very good to get it in any of the games. Dark Souls 3s, I just needs to work on more, because I definitely parried the least in that one. Bloodborne's I need some working on, because I haven't parried in that game in a long time, and I used to be very good at it. Well, to an extent. I used to parry Gascoigne and Gehrman, like, bad, but I never was really able to fully parry anyone. Only some enemies. But that's really kind of how it is in these games, but, like, my parrying has gotten so much better to the point where I started parrying a lot of things in Dark Souls this run, to an extent. There's a lot of enemies that I could have made my life a lot easier and parried the hell out of them, but I didn't. Like, I could easily learn how to parry Lucio. I've done it before. parried. I do know his opening attack can be, which is just his simple charge. But I don't know all of his attacks. I know Pontiff can be parried in Dark Souls 3, but I'm not good at it. And yeah, you can use the, what is it, the dubbed nipple shield for higher windows. Like, to be honest though, the timing is still kind of weird because like a lot of the times I hit it and it either I get hit too soon and then the same timing of me hitting it at the same time I make it, so it's just kind of thing. And even then, I'm not like perfect at it. Like I get fucked a lot if I don't read an enemy's timing right. I get fucked bad. But Dark Souls 1 fucks me a lot when I'm not careful with it. Because a lot of times my patience is like, oh, he's doing an attack, parry. Oh fuck, he's doing a slow attack. And that's the same goes when I flawless killed Alone, Sir Alone. Like some of his, like I gotten a lot of his, I know all of his attacks and I know how to dodge them. He's an easy fight compared to when I first played. Even then, it didn't take me no more than maybe 4 tries, 3-4 tries. Like even then, I've never really truly lost all of that. I just relearn it as I go, and it's like, oh, okay, there it is. I remember now. And then like some of his attacks, I'll know the timing for, but then my muscle memory is like roll, boom, nope, I'm hit. That's also why I like to be up on my opponents, because I have a better time of actually dodging their attacks. Or like, not so much to the point where I like kind of roll behind them. It's more or less like from a distance. I feel like the timing is harder for me. I have a better timing when I'm up close. I get to in there. Versus when I'm further away for a dodge. Especially against Alone, who a lot of his attacks fling him forward at you. He like launches himself at you, and I'm easier dodging him at close range. Especially as delayed it hits. Plus, then if you're far away, too, you're not gonna hit him. But you're gonna dodge. And it was fun getting. Like it took much less time than I thought, because that's already because I'm decent at dodging these enemies anyway. I'm bad at dodging normal opponents in a lot of cases. But bosses, they're no problem. A lot of Dark Souls 2 bosses, most of them, in fact most of them are all easy for me. A handful of Dark Souls 2 bosses are chintzy and shitty, but like I have no problem with them. It's always with these games, though, that the areas are the worst parts. Traversing all the areas in Dark Souls games are always the hardest parts. The bosses, once you learn them and their tells and their run backs, they get very easy, and that's what Supply needs to work on. The enemies aren't really the hardest parts. It's usually the running through the area and fighting your enemies. And the more you get mad, the more you work yourself up, the more you're gonna sit there and fail because you're not thinking straight. I mean, go and watch all the times I gotten frustrated with some of these areas that I was working on and how much I've died in Earthen Peak compared to most of the other areas at this point. Or you can go watch my other Dark Souls 2 Scholar streams that I did where I was dying a bunch of Iron Keep. I was getting frustrated, and that's where that ends for me. You can't. You have to keep a cool head. I mean, even in real life applications, when you're doing things in your personal time, you're not thinking straight when something pisses you off. If you're trying to do something like, say for instance, you're trying to do math or something and you're getting frustrated the fact that you already suck at math, you're not going to think straight when you're mad on top of it. Which is why I suck at math. I already suck at math. add my frustration and impatience on top of it. But like, it goes for anything, though. Like, for instance, when you're driving and you're getting road rage, you're gonna just work yourself up. I gotta learn that, but like, I don't even drive all that much, but a lot of the times people are just dumb. I've had people literally turn into my lane, literally last second, when the freaking part of the road has like the arrows for a turn, like a right turn or a left turn, and I'm going straight, and they're like, oh no, I'm going straight. And it's like, why do you wait the literal last second when the the road has the arrow on it for a turn, that you're gonna tell me that you're gonna fucking turn? Asshole. Same thing with people who are trying to merge into the lane that I'm in, and they're sitting there going like 15 miles an hour, or maybe a little more than that, and you can tell that they want to turn, but they're just not doing it, and they literally wait till nearly the last second before their turn lane turns into the arrow where you see the marking on the ground. It's just like, you know, you can turn like right now. I have this open for you, asshole. You're making me go slower for the fact of that matter, when I could be going my average speed of like 30 or 40. Instead, I'm going like 25 to 30 to make sure you guys get in, and you're wasting my time. Can you stop? Like, see here? I'm not getting his timing. Because I'm hitting it, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. I hate bleed. Bleed really fucking sucks. Right there was not patient enough. See, I definitely hit it. My shield definitely hit it. Oh. Now he's wrecking me. There he goes. Finicky as fuck. Like, I'm hitting it because you have to literally do it before his attack really starts to swing down. You do it if you do it while he swings too early, you're gonna get hit. Or if you do it too late, you're gonna get hit. You gotta be like, right as you see his animation going, you gotta start your animation of your shield. But you also gotta still time it to where you're not doing it too early. Depending on if there's a delay even. But a lot of the times it's right when the attack hits. Like anything else, especially with Bloodborne, when you shoot your gun, it's right when the enemy is about to hit you. That's a bit easier though. Bloodborne's parrying is a little easier. But again, it's also easy to fuck up a parry, or not fuck up the riposte, because you can parry, and then out of instinct dodge, and then miss it entirely. And I've done that. I don't know why I'm running here now, because I guess I'm just right there. To be honest, I don't, like, if I'm not that far in, I guess it's faster. I mean, it takes kind of about the same amount of time, especially with what I just wasted right there. But with Sekiro being a rhythm-based parry game, you literally need to know your enemy's moves more than any other game. While that game has a high skill ceiling, it's very easy to overcome that. And I've actually gotten some of my skills back, which I didn't think I would. Because the last time I played it, I wasn't doing very good. But it's... Once you learn something, you kind of like never lose it. You just gotta refresh yourself. Even if I were to play games like 20 years ago, that's when I start to like, okay, I don't remember this at all. Like when I played Paper Mario, there was a lot that I forgot. There was a lot that I remembered by playing it again, but it's just like, oh, I couldn't just tell you, oh, or there's this NPC, like in the sewer, there was an NPC that sells you the fucking crystal things or whatever. Little miscellaneous item that you get that you can use to sell trade for badges. I completely forgot about him until I found him again. Same thing with that level, same thing with that blooper that has 50 health that does 2 hits. That guy, when he hit me with his second attack and did 12 damage, I'm like, oh god, I remember you now. I completely forgot, but at the same time, I remembered it. It's just, it wasn't until that hit me. But yeah, no, like I played that game a handful of times as a kid, but that was when the earliest memory I have, or the latest memory of playing that game, besides my I first got it up to E. And that was back maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But still, I only didn't even make it to the first major boss. Last time I remember playing it, I was probably in middle school. Or maybe like middle school. So I definitely have been a while. I definitely don't remember a lot of that game. But it happens. Having played Platinum, or having played Diamond again, like, I don't know when I did that, it was a while ago now. And I technically still didn't technically beat it. I don't remember anything of Gen 4. I've only played through Diamond and Platinum, and it was a long time ago. I probably won't remember much of Heart Gold, Soul Silver either. But I'll definitely remember it more because it's more memorable to me. But having... I do love Gen 4, though. Gen 4 is my favorite generation besides Gen 2. Gen 2 and Gen 4 are by far my favorite generations. But I definitely don't remember a lot of Diamond or Pearl or Platinum. And having played it again not that long ago, I was like, I don't remember this at all. I know there's a lot of blockades, like with the Psyducks and things, but I just, like, there's some things that's just like, what the fuck? Like, I do remember the fog that you need to clear and stuff like that, and I remember a lot of the shit that you need to get through, but it's just like, holy shit. Years have been not kind to me. Already on top of my bad memory. Short-term memory. And that's probably why I never really fully lose a lot of my Dark Souls stuff, is because I play these games constantly over the years. It's not something I play once every handful of years. I play them quite often. In fact, I think this is like my 3rd full run of the Soul series within a year's time span. I've probably done like 4 or 5. I've probably done like close to 5 or 4 or 5 streams of all of these games. Most of them, at least the first 3 Dark Souls games, in less than a year's time span. Considering the fact that I'm also co-oping it, which Dark Souls 3's co-op will return eventually. I just wanted to get through a lot of this. That's the reason why I haven't said anything. Plus, he's one of those guys that gets frustrated easily, and he will... I don't know if he'll quit, but he has... I think he's one of those people that would. I could see it happening. I know Zero has had those moments, and it frustrates me seeing my close friends just get worked up, because I know how it feels. And it upsets me, because I'm putting them... I feel like I'm the one putting them through that. He's gonna get frustrated with the Ring City DLC. I know he is. If he doesn't follow me exactly. And even then, I don't know all the locations of the Angel Spawns things. I kind of found them by just pure looking around, but like I don't know their exact locations because I kind of just look and then don't look at the same time. I'll find something, but not actually pay attention to its surroundings to see where it is. That's my issue, is I don't have really great, what is it? Ow. I'm not very, observant. I'll memorize a lot of things, but when it comes to certain things, I'll be like when I was looking for the couple rooms in the Iron King, I was like, where the fuck is it? The optional boss location for Smelter and the room where you blow the holes in the walls with the barrels and stuff. Like, I definitely forgot those locations because, one, I never really pay attention. One of them was literally to the right of an elevator that I went up and didn't actually go that direction because I'm a dumbass. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I actually search thoroughly. And I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't. It's because I was streaming. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm sure I've been more observant if I wasn't. Or I always have to have one stream that has that, where I'm just like looking around and bitching for like 5 hours, because I have to have that. I can't just have one good series that goes very well. I have to have one episode that's like 6 hours long of one fucking area, me looking for one small thing. And then my anxiety pisses me off, and that makes me feel like I'm a shit streamer. Not that I really have any... Not that I'm really, like... I have social